Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Love those bars. What's up, Neverland? We are back. It's been too long, I know, since we've reacted to i-dle. Their music has explored many different lands since our last reaction. All right, folks, today we're reacting to the girl group i-dle, who rebranded from g-idle.
Wait, that was so good. Today we're reacting to the girl group i-dle.
I noticed that too. I was like, oh, she got it's got a little ring to it.
Exactly.
Today we're reacting to the group i-dle and their pre-release single Crow off of their 9th Minnie album, We Made, whom hopefully you've heard their music before. They have quite a few smash hits out there. Queen card, I'm hot, my boobs and booty pop, spotlight. I'm star.
Oh yeah, that one.
This is Catherine's and Olivia's first time reacting to i-dle, so an interesting first song. But I feel like this summarizes the sound of the group well, or at least like the attitude, the toot of the group well. Crow is written by the leader Soyeon, fun fact, back in 2021. The members introduced this song at a concert, saying crows are often regarded as symbols of bad luck, but they are birds that survive to the end in any environment. The song is created to express i-dle's determination to fly on their own terms, remaining unwavering regardless of whether good or bad luck comes our way, just like crows. The track is produced by Jamal, or Jumol, and Mortal from SMGS, and the lyrics are written by i-dle's leader, Soyeon.
3, 2, 1. Aspect ratio.
Yo.
Ooh.
Their faces are covered.
That's them dying.
Go on, yeah.
Wait, yo, that's kind of fire.
That was sick.
Crazy. Is that? It must be a sample.
A little bit of Kanye.
I was gonna say Muse.
Not the shuffle beat.
I love me a shuffle beat.
Yeah, does that look like a slash? Yes.
That guitar is speaking.
That's very small.
Taking away that vocal sample, replacing it with Soyeon's flow.
Filth bass.
Wait, that's kind of fresh.
Real filthy.
Ooh.
This is not what I was expecting.
I thought it'd be a ballad.
This kind of sits a little higher in her chest voice.
Yeah.
Brighter.
That beat change up, that's cool. This is a long section of just Soyeon. This is a group song, right?
It is.
I love the dedicated first verse rap.
Oh, yes.
I'm guessing this is the hook.
Okay, I like the change to the singing here.
Okay, blues.
I like her tone. I like the rhythm of that.
Hey.
She has a more covered sound.
Yuqi comes in and so does the piano.
I like her flow here.
She's using a lot of vocal fry at the end of that.
Ooh, a little duple. It's like smoothing out the rhythm.
Yeah, a bit more.
Ass right there.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Love those bars.
I think the instrumental is very strong.
Ooh. Insane flow in this.
I feel like it's, because we got that high string now, it's like very slowly expanding.
This chorus fucks, dude. I'm digging this.
I kind of like the energy of having them have like full sections.
It's very i-dle.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness. Whoa, whoa.
Ooh. That's cool. You have like the lower, like 2 octaves lower almost.
Ooh, the Hammond organ?
Whoa. That was so cool.
That's got some energy to it.
There's some different sound here now too. There's some filter of distortion on it.
It's like layered with like megaphone like effects.
They've got several piano lines layered in there, I want to say.
I like how this has gone to this like halftime change right now.
Really underwater sounding organ.
I feel like the momentum has...
And the jazz organ's still there. This chant section gave me goosebumps.
Recontextualized melody, new chord harmony.
The vocal layering here. It's like almost like protesty.
This is so cinematic though when they all come together. It's like, ooh, okay.
Kind of grounded it. It sounded like it was gonna burst free, right? And then we're just kind of...
Yeah, we're just back.
And it's a nice walk.
Yeah.
Oh, we got so close to a really rad synth solo.
But what?
Whoa.
What? That's it? What?
Yeah, I really liked that.
That was neat.
Yeah. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that song.
What? That's it?
Wait, they're so awesome. What?
Oh, cool song, cool song.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similarities. I think no more similar than that Kanye West song.
The Kanye West song has got, yeah, really,
It literally
really
sounds
close.
like the song.
This song really went the way of the crow.
Misfortune.
Oh no! My favorite part of that song is definitely the beginning when the rap was like, it's like really dark, the bass is very like overwhelming. I'm like really captured, I'm like caught in the darkness, I'm captivated.
The rapping I'm torn on.
First Lady killed it.
The First Lady, she did kill it. She did kill it. I've talked before on the channel about that Western style of rapping. Sometimes it really works and sometimes it doesn't. They were just doing it a lot here. Sometimes it gets to the point where it's like they're just doing so much of it in, you know, it's all in English, all in this Western rap style. Some of the like words and the rhyming just falls in really weird places. But they bring a lot of really good energy to each verse. Like they're bringing energy to it. Like I like that.
It's really refreshing.
Yeah.
But like following along with the lyrics, even in the chorus, I was like, some of this feels like kind of like really awkward. To me, to my ears. The rhythm's good, the melody's good, but yeah.
Syllabic stress.
Yes, the you know, the emphasis on the syllables are really weird to me. I like the rap flows that are like slower. There's like a slow flow to it, and they're like really letting it sink in.
Yeah, you like this one.
This is good, this is good. It's like good energy, good like accents.
The way that they are like compartmentalizing the consonant sounds and the vowel sounds makes it sound almost more rhythm than words.
Yeah.
Like it's very hard to even tell when they're like what the words are, because sometimes the words are in English. It's almost like the rhythm is more important than the words, which I love when you bring that into it.
I think also a part of it was the fact that they added a glottal stop to every vowel.
Yep.
And so that's whenever you stop the vowel and it creates like a stop that like kind of creates an accent to that vowel. And so it creates this like really like effective rhythm with it.
Also, there was this one moment of rap that made no sense. What the like? What even is that? What I think that they're starting to do is going. That's what I think they're almost like going for, but it's slightly off-putting. So these are all triplets, and then what they're doing is they are accenting every 4. But then the thing is they don't finish it because the I don't trust is slow. It's almost like you're cutting out this middle one and then the trust happens on the next beat. So we've got like, it's 3 and then there's a rest that disrupts rhythm. I don't trust. So, I don't trust. Think about what comes before it too. I don't talk too much, my fans are right there. So that's like very straight. And then you contrast that very straight lines with something that's very much off the beat. That stuff always sounds super cool on its own, but it's doubly effective when it is contrasted with something that's very much on the beat, which is what they do here. The way they get out of it is they stay off the beat by doing that like Afro-Cuban rhythm. So, so on the beat, like that is just so freaking cool.
I thought the chorus was pretty dope, actually.
The moment they started singing that minor triad, dun 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 dun, for me that was like instantly like, oh, we're done here. How did that melody like survive the song? I felt like it got more and more glaring as the song went on.
It like really hangs on that kind of like slow, heavy sound, which is like a cool sound, I think. And I liked that they committed to like singing in the lower register. I liked that they committed to like the distortion the whole time.
Yeah. Like by the time there was like a unison chorus singing behind, trying to make it like super anthemic, I was like, they really believed in this, but they're really not selling it to me.
The pacing of it wasn't handled very well.
The last chorus actually kind of lost me a little bit when they drop the beat. They, kind of lose the drums but add like a harmony behind.
Oh, that was cool.
Chorus. Because we take out the bass for the first time in such a long time.
I do like how they mix this without like a really clear lead central. Like it very much feels like all background vocals mixing wise.
They had some cool like vocal layering effects where they had someone singing like an octave or two lower, kind of like whisper singing it to be able to provide some more like foundation and like weight to it. And they also had some like parts that were like had a megaphone effect to it where it almost like felt like very like crunchy,
Grady, yeah.
like Grady against the more clean tone of the top voice, and also just like the crowd effects of like the whispering and like people like screaming in the back of the room, like the chorus with them. Just fun. It felt very like galvanizing as a community, like in a sense. It's fun.
I wouldn't have minded if they kept the chords and then maybe kept the drums too.
I like that they reharmonize it. I like that there's no drums.
There we go.
But I know so we got the yin and yang going on. I totally know what you mean though.
Yeah.
It's not that it has to be more than a simple triad. It's just that a simple triad, like melody in unison, I think that's where it was a little, it didn't stick the landing for me.
I like this flow.
They get that little organ hit in the background.
The organ hits are cool. And then we get the reharmonized chorus here.
I need like I need drums. I need drums right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, and you get kind of like the background crowd vocals singing it too.
Yeah.
I think that quasi-chorus at the end is striking and would have been more so if they'd gone somewhere with it instead of just like, hey, remember the beginning? It's the beginning.
It's the beginning again.
It needed to like blossom into something bigger, I think. I thought it would have been really cool if they had like started doing like blues riffs, or like if had like a member kind of riffing on top of it, or like adding something. Just basically providing more texture. Because I actually really don't mind this like really simple idea. But what they do with it in the arrangement, I think, was pretty critical to this song being successful all the way to the end.
I hope to see, it would be so cool if Neverland, if there are musician Neverland out there doing like their own take, like, this is what the crow synth solo would sound like.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You guys should do it.
Okay, the last minute of the song had me for sure. Like the bridge, it was so good. It was when it drops into halftime and then they like sing over it and it's just
that was cool.
Oh, it had this like really like cutting energy. It was like really suave and cool and yeah. Ooh, look at that little clap. I like how minimal it is. There's so much space. There's a lot of space in the production of this song. I'm so glad it's not like over the top, like million layers. And her vocal performance here is great, yeah.
I think we started with very regimental, right? You even see it in the visuals.
Yeah.
Very strict time-wise. Even the rapping isn't laid back or relaxed or anything. It's very, very much on the beat, locked in. And then Minnie comes in and it's so loose.
I like how soft the higher voice is here too. It's like very heady, so there's not a lot of like too much forward resonance to make it too pingy. It's like sits kind of like a nice like soft like this. That's nice.
They have a blue note going up to that like 4, 5, ba 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 ba, or I guess it's the third. Like even at the start, that first like shouty riff kind of morphed into a sort of blues pentatonic-y riff. Lots of variety throughout this. I expected after those two rap verses for it to like go into a big, but then it peeled back. And then they added in that organ. They had the Hammond organ, which is
Because that was like what, the third refrain?
The third refrain, yeah.
Well, third section.
That organ part. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh! Whoa! I didn't hear that last.
Wait, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's really hidden in there.
I think that's it. So cool, so cool. And they resolve it. They do resolve it by doing like a.
Yeah.
And I think that fits perfectly here because of how bluesy the melody is. There's so much. They do so many times they glide from the sharp 4 to the 5. Yep. Ba-dum. Yeah, which is it's all based on, this is all like based on the blues scale.
Yeah, it's so bluesy. I like how it has that bluesy feel without being overtly a blues.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a little distracting how similar it is to other tunes. My only big issue with it, I think.
This beat has been done many, many times. That's true.
It is a little derivative. The more I think about it, it's like really derivative. It might as well be a remix of that song.
What are the similarities?
It's the same exact beat.
Or what is it? It's
You said Muse?
Muse. Muse has a few songs that are
kind of that.
Do that thing, yeah. So it's that same beat.
Yeah.
With the background vocals.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking,
And that's not an unpopular song. That was in commercials for movies. You know, that was.
I thought that this song sounded familiar, and now I'm realizing I think it's because I heard that song.
Yeah, you've probably seen it in a trailer.
Muse has this one.
I can hear it too there.
Let's get to this. They do it a few times.
There's a specific song that's definitely inspired this. It's called Sail. It's by AWOL Nation.
Sail!
Yeah. It's very much, that synth sound. Dun, dun, dun.
So when I was listening to this, I was a little distracted by that. Maybe that's just a me issue, but it was very distracting.
Then there's the shuffle beat that kind of reminds me of like almost like a Motown.
At the beginning, when it started, I was like, wow, this is a shuffle beat song. I'm not gonna like it. But then once like the first rap started, and even through its flaws and all that I discovered, I did not think about the meter at all. And usually this meter for me is like no, I can't do shuffle beat. I just think it's like tacky. But this one never, it never came back, that notion of, oh, maybe it is the shuffle beat that's giving it the quality.
Lots of restraint, actually.
Yeah, it's such like a confident vibe to just deliver something so simple, and with just minor like changes in like the feel or the instruments, but it still is always like the same like group of things they would just like add or subtract something, but like that alone would create like such a difference.
We got to hear some pretty good moments from each of them. Yeah.
Everybody came.
Yeah. They showed up.
They showed up.
Okay. Ooh.
It's sort of like verse chorus form, but it was like very clear it's verse chorus, verse chorus, verse chorus, instead of like verse chorus, post chorus, verse chorus,
Just kept going.
post chorus, bridge, dance break, big chorus, post chorus, you know?
What is an interesting choice about this is they don't really switch back and forth among members. Like it's Soyeon, it's Yuqi, it's Shuhua, it's Minnie, it's Mion, it's everybody.
I feel like Yuqi and Shua though were doing really fast.
They might have switched.
But I still think that's unique because they were switching back and forth faster than like line distribution usually does.
But like each time it's like they had their own special like personality to each repeat of the main theme.
And this is the second song that they have written where an entire verse is dedicated to
The second song they've done.
Their first one is called My Bag.
But this is pretty uncommon, I feel like, in K-pop, because it's all about like, let's get everyone like a little bit of something.
The harmony, I feel like, stayed consistent in this like F minor.
Did it ever go to 4 like a blues would?
No, it's
I think
not
it's just
like a
staying at
12 bar
1, right?
blues. Yeah, it's just more.
Boom, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
I just mean like melodically, they're using some of that material, and then instrumentation, I guess, with the Hammond organ. It feels, I don't know, those are all like, to me, different aspects I'm familiar with listening to in like Black church music. That's hard for me to break those connotations when I hear that instrumentation and its melodic material, and how that plays into the messaging and thematic material of being this omen, right? This kind of sense of spiritual sacred space. I wonder, like, crows have so much to do in like Western imagery with omens and like witches, that I guess there's something kind of omniscient, like ubiquitous, they're everywhere, and like inevitable about faith, and maybe what they're trying to sell about them being this harbinger of something badass to come.
Yeah.
Crows, they make through whatever
Yes.
kind of environment is thrown at them.
Yeah, I think using religious stuff like ties to church music was an effective choice. Versus if they were to like sub that Hammond organ out with just a synth, and instead of like bluesy things, like just stick in a minor or use Phrygian, I don't think it would have as much of that power.
It's so rhythmic without any drums at all, but I'm guessing.
Her vocals fit this so well. I can't explain it.
My wife's college friend's middle school classmate is a i-dle member.
Okay, so it's like 5 times removed from you.
Yeah. I have nothing to do with this person.